Robot lawnmowers are not new, but ones that actually work, well, that would be new. So when a company called Ecovacs Robotics reached out to me and said,
"Hey, we've got an AI-powered mower that maps your lawn with no wires and avoids obstacles using AI vision and 3D obstacle avoidance,"
I figured, all right, prove it. So in today's video, we're gonna be testing out the GOAT O1000 robotic lawnmower, just like any normal person would. No pristine, perfect test lawns, just a normal lawn with like rose bushes and trees and other things to avoid. Most of all though, we're gonna see if this thing is actually worth it and if it actually works. All right, let's go test it. First things first, we gotta see what this thing comes with. You know what? Actually, unboxings are kind of boring. Let's just do this really quick.
And there you go. That's everything that it comes with. Not too bad. Let's put it together.
Okay, first things first, you're gonna wanna take the base, and you don't want it to be super close to anything, but you want it to be close enough to a power outlet as well as close enough to where it can still get Wi-Fi signal. For me, I think it's probably gonna be right here near my back porch, but we'll adjust if needed. All right, now that we figured out a place for this, now we need to put together this little tower that's gonna connect to the back, and this helps with navigating your robot around your yard. This is super cool because it comes with a super long cord, which is what I was worried about because I thought I was gonna have to grab my extension cord, but I guess not. Now, for this tower, I'm actually gonna place it more on the side of the yard because I feel like that's gonna be closer to my router. Hopefully it'll make it work a little bit better. That was easy enough. Cool. All right, now that we got it all plugged in, I think it's time to download the app. So just very easily, it's got the QR code right here in the quick start guide. Cool, and it's all downloaded. Now, from what I've seen online from other people that have reviewed this and the company themselves, this is supposed to walk you through most of it, so you might not even need the installation guide that it comes with. Usually I don't let apps send me notifications, but for this, I wanna know if the lawnmower is like climbing the house or something. Which, disclaimer, I don't think it does, but you know, gotta be safe. All right, cool, so now once you're all registered through the app, it's just gonna say hello. You're gonna set up My Home. I'm gonna set it to 1122 and then click OK. And then it's gonna ask you to enter it twice. Press and hold the recharge button for 3 seconds and then release. And there you go, it found it. That was super fast. And now I get to name my robot. I'm gonna name this bad boy Grass Cutter. And I just have to say, this is so much easier than any of the other lawnmower robots that I've had. And it's a plus that it doesn't have boundary wires, but we'll get to the pros and cons at the end of this video. I'm gonna change this to, man, I don't even know what I usually cut it at. I'm gonna put it on 2 inches. But that's basically all there is to it, and now we just need to start mapping. So we're just gonna click this Start Mapping button. Okay, I've moved it a lot closer now, so we're gonna try and resolve, retesting now. There we go. And now we can start mapping. So the mapping feature is super easy. You basically just control the mower in the app and guide it around your yard where you want the boundary line to be. Honestly, it was kind of like driving around an RC car. So far, everything with this robot has been pretty easy, from mapping to setup to everything else. But now comes the most important part, the mowing part. So let's see if it can mow my yard and do it properly and not run over anything. Mowing friend out there, he's still mowing, but I wanted to show you this because this is super duper cool. If you go into the app, there's actually 4 different modes. So it's on auto right now, which means it's just gonna go around the entire place that we mapped and it's gonna mow the whole yard, right? But you can also do area, where it does a certain area. You can also do edge, where it only does the edge of the perimeter, so you don't have to like weed eat or anything as long as you mapped it close enough to wherever your fence line is. And then there's a manual button where you can just use it like an RC car and mow your yard however you want. You can also set up schedules, so if you want it to mow every Wednesday at 8 p.m., you can make it do that. Lots to do in the app, and more than that, but I'll let you explore it. Ah, wasp.
And he came right back home.
Well, it's review time, so you're about to find out. Now, first up, before we get to the pros and cons, I want to show you the before and after pictures of my yard. see, it worked pretty darn well. It didn't get all the way to the wall. You can still see there's some like tall grass, but that's really how close you map it, and I didn't map it very well. So all in all, from everything that I mapped, it did a really good job. But having said that, I've got some pros and maybe a con, but let's get into the positive pros first. Number one is obvious. This thing mows your yard for you, which is exactly what it claims to do. So that's gotta be a pro, especially for me living in Austin and it's like Texas heat is just barreling down and melting me. This mower is going to be a lifesaver as we move into the summer. Pro number two, as I showed you in this video, super easy setup and super easy to map. It also doesn't come with boundary wires that you have to stake into the ground like some of the other AI mowers I've used in the past, so that's a huge plus. Next pro is that it's a lot less than a lot of its competitors. Currently, you can get it for $999, and sometimes you can get it on sale for even cheaper, and a lot of the robots in the space are like $1,500 to $2,000 or like even way more. So good price. Next pro is how quiet this thing is. I never thought in my lifetime that I would ever hear or see a lawnmower be this quiet. Honestly, you could mow at like 2 a.m. and your neighbors would probably have no idea. And for my last pro, it's the long battery life. After setting it all up and everything, I didn't let it recharge, so I started at 79%. And I did have to recharge once, but it only took like 10% of that next recharge to finish the entire backyard, which means that all in all, had I started at 100%, it would have mowed my entire backyard with no problem. Additionally, batteries like my GoPro battery, if you've seen any of my past videos where it overheats all the time, this battery didn't overheat at all. And it was about 95 degrees yesterday. That's right, it gets 95 degrees even in the spring in Austin. Ugh. But overall, great battery life and great battery in general. Now, with those pros out of the way, I do have one con, but it's not even really a con, it's more of like a thing that you should be aware of if you're gonna get this mower, which is that it does mow pretty slow. Now, if I'm just looking at the mower from when it was mowing the yard itself, even though I had to charge it one time in between, it took about 2 hours, which is about 1 hour and 15 minutes longer than what it normally takes me, myself, to mow it with a regular lawnmower. So a little bit slower, but of course the caveat there is, I don't gotta do it. And I don't gotta get sunburned, I don't gotta get allergies from all the grass. That's really my only con slash thing you should know about this robot. With all the pros and the cons all mixed together, I think this robot is great and I would 100% back it and recommend it. Now, having said that, if you'd like to pick up this mower for yourself, I'll leave a link down in the description below, as well as put a QR code up here on the screen, just in case you're watching on a TV and you need to scan it. And I wanna give a huge shout out to Ecovacs for sending me this lawnmower and letting me just do my thing and see if I like it or if I hate it. And also, if you like what I do here on the channel or you enjoyed this video, there are a few ways to support me if you'd like to. I've got a Patreon and a bunch of other links down in the description below. There's also a super thanks button that you can click here on YouTube natively where you can donate to Eric's Tech World. And most of the money that I get goes back into videos like this because sometimes it's a little pricey to make videos. So I would very much appreciate it. Lastly, the easiest way to support me is just to hit that subscribe button, like it, comment below, let me know if you like this mower, if you have this mower, if you plan on getting this mower, or any other comment on this video that you'd like to leave. And share it with some friends. I'm Eric, this is Eric's Tech World. I'm gonna throw a video right up here that YouTube algorithm thinks you might enjoy that I've made in the past, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.